Welcome everybody to episode 26. 26 of which now I'm starting to wonder whether or not I should be spelling out day 26 or whether I should put day number 26. Anyways, I'll probably do that around 30 or something once I get tired of typing it all out. So today I'm going to tell you about a story, a particular incident that happened to me when I went camping with my friend Phil. And it was me and Phil, and we're camping, and his relatives were all there and everything, and it's a full cabin of people, and we think, we're the guys, we're gonna rough it. We'll sleep out outside on mats and in our sleeping bags. No tent, no nothing. We're just gonna sleep in a sleeping bag on a mat, and we're gonna be good, because we're men. We're big, strong men. And so we lie, on our mats in our sleeping bags and talk about girls, and I think it's Phil, so I talk about politics a lot. And all night there was a porch light on, and we would watch these bats fly overhead and swoop in and get all the bugs that were flying around the porch light. And so all night I was like, oh, dude, check out the bats! They would fly under the porch and grab bugs and then fly away. And so we're just lying there watching the bats catch these bugs, and I'm like freaking out. That's so cool. And eventually it's like 2 in the morning, and we're like, all right, gotta go to bed. So I finally start falling asleep and everything. Phil falls asleep, and in the middle of the night I wake up. And I see something. I see something like probably about this far away from my face. I'm lying down and I'm looking, and it's lying right there, and it's totally dark and I can't see anything. The porch light is still on, but it's like barely lit. So all I can see is a weird shape of something just sitting there staring at me. And I look at it, and I can't tell whether or not it's a bat. It looks like a baby bat. It's just sitting there looking at me. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, there's a bat. And I'm thinking, because I read all these like zoo books and stuff like that, I'm thinking they drink blood of horses at night when they're sleeping. Maybe he's waiting, like he found a warm spot. Like, oh my gosh. So I'm freaking out. Thinking, shoot, he's going to look for a warm spot. So I curl up my sleeping bag all close around my neck and everything to make sure he doesn't have anything that he could like dig his fangs in or like chew away a little like piece of meat or something. I don't know. I'm just freaking out a little bit. So I figure, okay, maybe if I leave him alone, he's just going to go away. I think it'll just go away, it'll fly away or something, or it'll find the bugs, or I don't know what I'm thinking. So I go back to sleep. And I wake up again. And now I feel something on my head. And it's gripping my hair. I feel something in my hair. I'm starting to freak out a little bit. I'm thinking, oh my god, the bat is in my hair. It really feels like
it's suckling on your
on my head. It feels like it's gripping my hair, and I can feel as I turn my head, it's slowly sliding off of my head. So I'm like, oh my god, it feels like it's just sliding, like somebody's got their fingernails and they're just dragging it down your head through your hair, and it falls onto my chest. And I'm looking, and I can't see. It's still dark, but I can kind of make out a shape now. And now I'm thinking, oh my god, there's a bat on my chest. Oh my god. And I look at it, and I'm like, oh shoot, what do I do? So it's kind of on my sleeping bag, and I move my sleeping bag off, and Phil's over to the right of me. And I'm trying to tell Phil the whole time, well, the bat's on my head and everything, I'm like, Phil, wake up, Phil, wake up. A bat. Phil, wake up. Please wake up. And he's like, oh gosh, go back to bed. Because he thinks I'm talking about the stupid bats that have been flying over our heads this whole night. And he finally goes, oh god, and he turns over and he looks at me, and I'm like, Phil, and I've got it to like fall off of me in between of us. And he looks at it, and you know when you startle a cat and it hangs in the air for a little bit? He hung in the air for like 3 seconds, like, jumped out of his bag completely up in the air. Like, what the heck is that? And I'm like, I know. And finally, it's in direct light. I'm not blocking or anything. And it's a giant cockroach. I kid you not. About like 4 inches long, just a big fatty cockroach. Huge, brown. Oh my gosh, I could not believe that was what was on my head that whole night. And so we're thinking, oh shoot, and it's on the blanket. We had a blanket underneath the mats that we were lying on. So we move everything out of the way, we get the blanket, and we're like, oh my gosh, we gotta get rid of it. So we take the blanket, and we throw it, or we didn't throw the blanket, but we whip the blanket over the side of the thing, and we bring it back down, we're like, oh, and it's clinging onto the blanket. I'm like, oh my god, whip it again, and then finally it lets go. And so finally he's like, oh god, and now it's like 4 in the morning, and I haven't gotten any sleep whatsoever. So I try to go back to bed, and the next morning we're waking up, and we're like telling everybody the story, all intense and everything, and there was a cockroach, and it was gigantic. Anyways, I've never experienced anything so horrifying and so traumatic as a gigantic cockroach gripping my hair and sliding down my face onto my chest. That will stay with me for the rest of my life. So hopefully now I've scarred everybody who's listened to this very intense, intriguing, and probably, hopefully inspiring story, so that you might share some of those with me. Send your questions into AskJustinQuestions@gmail.com. I'd like to hear the craziest thing that's ever happened to you. Have a pleasant tomorrow. It's gripping on my...
I'm sorry, you may have to redo some of this because I'm shaking and I'm laughing and you're getting my response to your story.
Maybe this is more good. Whatever. This is
Oh
cool.
my
Alright.
god.
So...
Oh.
Tap. I'm gonna be Sadie's thoughts right now.
If you put
Oh my
this
God.
on your bloopers, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Justin, I hate you so much.
Should I
Oh
say
my
that?
gosh.
Should I mouth that and then you can put it in?
I should
Okay,
be your
ready?
voice. Hold on.
We should.
Here we
we
go.
should have total script.
Here we go. Justin, I hate you so much.
I